There's something called naming rights that matters. It matters to cultures. Let's first take a look at this familiar chart of boxes. Some of you are getting the shakes here, I see. Haven't seen it since high school, have you? Okay. The periodic table of elements, it's color-coded. I have a cool program on my computer where you can color code them differently. Let's color code by melting point. How about that? Ooh. Your highest melting point is more red and lowest. So your lowest melting point is actually helium. Your highest melting point is carbon in the upper right. But there's a group here. So you have wolfram, rhenium, and osmium. Wolfram, otherwise known as tungsten, had Edison access to, if he had access to this chart, he would have found tungsten immediately. Most of his experiments were sort of just trial and error. He could have gone straight to tungsten, put it in his light bulb, and he would have been good to go. So so it's an interesting way to organize this. I could do it by discovery date. This is before any element was actually discovered by anybody, and so it just lists the elements known to the ancients. Iron, copper, silver, gold, lead, bismuth, sulfur, carbon. We can slide the date forward, and now we're up to 1776. And so this is the entire periodic table of elements, which wasn't yet organized in that form, at the year of our Declaration of Independence. There's like a dozen elements there. That's it. We also knew about hydrogen, discovered 1766. So these elements are coming up and along, and I can keep going. This is 1869, starting to take shape. And so just giving a sense that you can play with this diagram. Now, what I'm going to do now is put the flag of the country that discovered each element. Okay? So let's check out what that looks like. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Okay, notice the right-hand column. You see the Union Jack there, very proud column in the UK. Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon. This line of elements are the noble gases. Do you know why they're called noble gases? Because the British discovered them, and they learned that these elements don't combine with any other. And in their social structures, the noble class does not associate with any other. It's little facts like that that reminds me of why we fought a war to get out of England. Their culture is writ on the iconography of the periodic table of elements, the noble gases. Well, America is nowhere to be found up there because we weren't even a country when most of these elements were founded. But when we did become a country and Congress knew that physics, which specializes in matter, motion, and energy, might matter for war, particle accelerators were funded without limit. And it's out of these particle accelerators that we then take out the top end of the periodic table. That's where all of these came from. This is Germany discovered uranium. It's named after the planet Uranus, an element discovered shortly after the planet was in the sky. They knew that's an important, elements are important, so they want to name them something cosmic, Uranus. Neptunium, guess who that's named after? Neptune. Pu. Plutonium. Pluto gets discovered in 1930. This element gets discovered in 1940. It's right in line with Uranus, Neptune. They name it Pluto, on the false pretense that it was a bona fide planet. Pluto got on there on false pretense. But look at this. We discover all these, so we get to name them. This is Americium, named after America. This is Californium. This is Berkeleyum. Right? These are places where you have particle accelerators discovering elements. It's naming rights.